Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Talk about excited for a beer review. It's Saturday. On Saturdays, I try to drink something out of my cellar. So Cellar Saturday in full swing. And I think it was the first beer review I ever posted was a Bourbon County Barleywine. Not this vintage. It was one of the bigger formats. So kind of cool, thinking back to my start doing this channel. This is a 2014 version of the Bourbon County brand barley wine. Malt beverage aged in bourbon barrels. And it is 12.3% ABV. Bottled on September 18th, specifically of that year. So we're talking 7.5 years old. Is my math wrong? 6.5 years old? 14, whatever. Old. I'm very tired right now. I'm not going to do the math. Develops in the bottle over 5 years. Over. Not up to 5 years. Over 5 years. So this is the last vintage before they went big format. This would be the second to last that it was... The barrel was used more. They used to have the bourbon in it, right? They dump it out. You got your Bourbon County Stout, dump it out. Third use with this guy. And then they stopped doing it after the infection issues of 2015. So I assume 2015 would be the last year then that was doing the triple barreling. Anyway, really excited. Or triple use barrels, I mean. Proper glassware, courtesy of Mike from Nerd Sense. This beer better be good. I have two more of these, this vintage, so I'm really hoping this is good. Want to sip on this for a while, so I'm going to just pour a little bit. Some head came out. It's a light mocha, for sure. Yeah, light mocha head. Pretty dark. There is some crimson red in there in the brown. It's a very dark barley wine. I'm not surprised it's a barley wine style beer, but it is a little darker than what I've been seeing in that style lately, but definitely in the realm, just on the high end, I should say. Let's get into the aroma. That is divine. That is divine. You're getting the dates and the figs, the dried fruits that way, raisins. You totally get that. Get a little bit of that chocolate, which you can get in the style, but I think that use of with the Bourbon County brand stout in there, you can get a little bit of that stout quality still. So I'm thinking that's where that slight chocolate's coming from. But again, you can get some of that in a base barley wine. Not as much as a stout, obviously. Like nice little vanilla, a little bit of that wood and bourbon specifically. Not the second you say cherry in an aged beer, myself, and I'm sure a lot of people, their mind goes to, oh, is it infected? Nice cherry, not quite medicinal cherry, but does not smell infected cherry. A menthol evergreen thing. Molasses. And I probably could keep going in, honestly, and picking out different things. This is a very easy beer to smell and pick apart. It's not... Everything is bold enough that's easily identifiable. I wouldn't say anything's really overpowering. In what I'm saying, it's all there. Nothing's like... Nothing too much is like fighting to be, heard, so to speak. Really excited about this taste. Cheers. Yeah, that's held up really nicely. Wow. Yeah, that's held up really nicely. I'm trying to do my head. Some people have caught on. When I really like something, I'm like, man, like that. So now I'm trying to do the opposite. I just did it. That beer, and I didn't even do that on purpose, that's funny. This beer in front of me, I don't refer to it as that beer. This beer that I'm enjoying. You do get that chocolate stout thing, like for sure. With the aroma, I was like half. Am I just envisioning that? Because I know it had that in the barrels. You do get it. It's nice. It's not like it doesn't drink like a blend, half barley wine, half stout. Don't get me wrong, but like yeah, you get a little bit of that stout in there. Big coconut that I did not pick up on in the aroma. Nice vanilla, nice bourbon, nice oak. So that's definitely, in my opinion, what's being kicked out by the barrel. The base beer, and I guess some of this, now that I think about it, could be a mix of the barrel and the base beer. You get some of that molasses, you get some of that date and fig thing. Probably more of those than like raisins. You get that chocolate powder with that stout thing for sure. It's sweet, it's savory at the same time, not like in a soy sauce way. Just like I was saying about the cherry and the aroma, like some of these things, you say it, and again, I'm as guilty as anyone, your mind jumps to, oh, like in a bad way or infected way or whatever. Nope. In an absolutely delicious, mind-blowing way. A beer I wish I had liked more was Weyerbacher's Sinsanity. Their Insanity right here is Blithering Idiot, which is right here. Obviously, I'm a big Barleywine fan. Aged in bourbon barrels, they call it Insanity. They did Sinsanity where they put cinnamon in it. It was a little too much cinnamon for me. I do think it's an adjunct that can really overpower beer easily. And this beer, although it doesn't have cinnamon in it, is making me think cinnamon, which is a trip. So to give credit to Weyerbacher, when they did that, I can see why they would think cinnamon would be a nice adjunct. And I think you could use cinnamon in a beer like this and it would be nice. I just think they put a little too much. It does have this whisper of cinnamon. I don't know if it's calling to me that cinnamon would pair well with this, or if I am getting a little bit of a cinnamon thing. It's kind of like some of the tastes in this are individual ingredients you might use to bake, which is kind of cool. The way the vanilla is coming through the coconut. You get that molasses. You get that powdered chocolate, like the cocoa powder kind of a thing. Yeah, I already said molasses. Yeah, I mean just. Yeah. That's really nice. That's really nice. A little grape. Makes me almost think of a quad. Doesn't have the Belgian yeast, which I've been dinged on a couple times in a couple mystery beers lately, where I thought maybe it was a Belgian beer and it didn't have any. It wasn't Belgian. And yeah, it's lacking that Belgian yeast character, for sure. But it does have a little bit of that grapiness I can get in a nice quad. Yeah. Like I said about the aroma, I could keep going. Like this beer is that complex, that layered, both nuanced at times, in your face at times. It's really, I've always liked, well, I shouldn't say always. They did that Abomination coffee version of the Barleywine. But other than that, and the Infected 2015, which wasn't even as bad as whatever anyway. I've mostly always loved this beer, is what I'm saying. And this is no exception with this many years on it. 6.5 years. Because that would be the 7th year in September. Yeah, okay. Math. I'm a social studies teacher. I'm rambling, so I know it's time to wrap this up. I'm like purposefully trying to be low energy because I would be freaking out about this beer if I wasn't making a point. And tired. I am a little bit tired. But like really making a point to just not bounce off the walls how much this beer is blowing my mind. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you had this beer before, if you had a vintage of it lately, anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, check me out on Instagram and Untappd. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.